Hi everyone, how is everyone doing today? I'm Chris and this is Coco the talking Bengal. Hello Coco! Would you like to say a few words? How are you doing today? So, I wanted to welcome you to my new video, and this video is going to be a little bit different. Oh, I got another pop filter because I noticed in my last video the sounds were popping a little bit, but today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today's video is going to be about healing, specifically healing through cats. Now, I know that you guys may think that Coco is a pet, but actually she is an emotional support animal. And I was actually prescribed 2 emotional support animals, and I had Nerungi, who's in kitty heaven now, and now I have Coco. So Coco has helped me through a lot of healing, a lot of just getting through hard times, and I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. I just got a phone call. I just got off the phone with my mom, and she was just talking to me and, telling me that I need to come to Korea to visit her, and she was like asking how much airplane tickets are and, just that kind of stuff. And I said, I don't know. I don't know how much the plane tickets are. And she said, well, find out. And I said, I don't know, like work is busy and whatever. I haven't seen my mom in about 5 to 6 years. That's when I first came from Korea to America. Well, not for the first time, but I first came to America when I was about 6, and then I went back to Korea when I was about in 5th grade. But anyways, it's been about 5 or 6 years since I've seen my mom, and my mom and I have always had a little bit of a strained relationship. She has some issues. She does have schizophrenia, and that was pretty, it's pretty hard to kind of deal with that when you're like a kid and teenager. It's just kind of a lot. But I don't think that's really why we weren't close. It all began, and I've talked about this on my other channel, but when I was 6 years old, I was on the phone with my grandmother, and my grandmother on my dad's side, and she was saying like, oh, so what is your mom doing? My grandmother said, what is your mom doing? And I said, oh, she's smoking a cigarette. But I was 6 years old at that time, so I didn't know that you're not supposed to say that, especially in Asian countries, especially in South Korea. That's not something that you really go around saying. But I did not know that, so I said that. And then my mom was like, I think she probably like snatched the phone away, and she was like, oh, never mind, Chris, or my Korean name is Moa. Moa was just confused and blah, blah, blah. She doesn't know what she's talking about because, she's a kid. Yeah, I know, Coco. And I got off the phone. She got off the phone. And she was really mad. Like, really, really mad. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the maddest I've seen her. And I'm pretty sure that's the maddest I've ever seen anyone in my life. And that was when I was 6 years old. And I still remember it pretty clearly. And she took out a bottle of soju. And she drank a shot, and then she told me to take a shot, so I did. And I remember the first feeling was that it was kind of nice, made me feel warm inside, and just a relief because it kind of dullified all the negative emotions and commotion and screaming and like hitting and beating, and it made all that better. And I remember, like, I think a lot of people who tend to physically abuse kids, they tend to go for the head, the top of the head, because that's where you can't see the bruises. So yeah, that first shot was kind of nice. And anyways, then she took a shot and then told me to take another shot. And I was kind of hesitant. I was like, cause and I'm pretty sure, like, as kids, maybe you've had parents like just let you have a little sip of beer or take a little shot or whatever, cause it's in front of them, so it's fine. But well, I don't know if people do that for 6-year-olds, but I'm pretty sure that there are people who like let like their little ones just have a sip. But I remember as soon as the alcohol touched my lips, I couldn't forget that feeling. And the next time I really like drank after that was maybe like 19, 20. But throughout my childhood, like elementary, middle school, high school, whenever I was like really stressed and I was like depressed a lot, and I would always yearn for like some soju or alcohol. But the only reason that I couldn't really drink was because I didn't really have that many friends. So if it weren't for that, I think I would have been like a really heavy drinker in like middle school or high school. But anyways, if you're wondering why this isn't fastened on, I've tried, and it's if you just touch it just the slightest, it falls off, and I'm really clumsy, so that's why I'm holding it. So anyways, she kept on telling me to drink after drink after drink, and I drank a whole bottle of soju. And I'm not sure if you guys know about soju. Soju is Korean alcohol. And if I were to describe it, I would say that it kind of tastes like rubbing alcohol with a hint of acetone. So it tastes pretty nasty. People compare it to like vodka. I'm not really a vodka drinker, so I never was. I don't drink anymore. But I wouldn't really know. But soju is lesser in the alcohol content. It's about 19 to like 20-25%, because there's all different kinds of alcohol. Soju, like different ranges. But anyways, so I got super drunk, like super wasted, and I'm kind of surprised that I didn't die, because that's a lot of soju for a young child to consume. And after like the second shot, I was like, I don't know if I should really be doing this. And even as like a young child, I was kind of like, those thoughts did occur to me. But my mom was like pretty adamant about like, you need to drink it. Like she was like screaming like, drink it. And then like the beating was still going on. And yeah, so that's how I developed an alcohol addiction. It was right away. And even after that, I know that I would like ask for it, and then like my mom and dad would be like, no. But I think after after that incident, it's been just really hard to like trust again, you know? And I know that everyone makes mistakes. But I guess I just wonder, like, what makes someone do that? I don't know. Just a lot of, you know, a lot of feelings. And I know, like, I should let it go and try to resolve them and move on. And I know and I did tell my mom about this too, and she was like, you know, it's been like 30 years, so maybe you should like get over it. And I think the worst thing that you can do to like people who have gone through trauma, a difficult time, you know, like survivors, I think the worst thing that you can do is be like, oh, well, you know, it was like 30 years ago, it was like 2 years ago, maybe you need to like start getting over it. Because I think that's the thing with survivors is that and they can heal and they can work on themselves, you know, go through all the right processes, but yet still there will be times that they will be triggered. And I think that's just I think that's normal. And yeah, I just wanted to share that that's one of the things that Coco has helped me through a lot. How does she help me? She just helps me by just, Coco. By just being here. She can normally sense when I'm feeling bad, and then I'm not really a crier, like, oh, I feel sad, oh, I'm crying, but I get like super quiet. And I know that whenever I get like in those moods, she always calms. And sometimes, you know, she'll just lie down next to me. And it's really nice. I guess I just wanted to share that because I'm still healing. I'm not gonna come on here and be like, I went through this and I'm healed and I am here to save everyone with how I got over it, and you should do it too, and you should, I don't know, follow my footsteps and be my disciples. I'm just like everyone else who has their problems, who has their good days, and sometimes has what I call downer days. And I think something that really helps me a lot is just talking. Whether it's talking about things that I'm sad about or things that I'm thinking about. But I will admit, I was posting pretty frequently on my other channel, but then I kind of stopped because I was looking through it and it just looked kind of dark and depressing. But at that time I was in a little bit of a, sorry, I've had this floofy on my face and it's been bothering me like the whole 14 minutes, but I finally had to get it because I don't like cutting. Not because I'm too lazy, there's that too, but also I feel like people who like cut a lot, and you know, it might look great, but it does sometimes seem a little bit manipulated. So Ethan Klein from H3H said, people don't cut anymore, or you don't edit. Anyways, I kind of forgot what I was talking about. I think I was just saying, you know, I think that's why I made my channel. It is a cat channel, kind of. It is partially a cat channel. However, the main objective, yes, Coco, it is a cat channel, but that's not all it is. The main objective of my channel is I wanted a place, like a safe haven where anyone can come for healing. If you don't need any healing and you just like cats, that's fine too. And then, you don't really need to watch these videos, because you probably wouldn't relate. You can just watch the nice, cute, happy cat videos. But then, it's also a place for healing. Because I did notice that a lot of, people who are commenting are very, very nice. And niceness sometimes comes with a little bit of baggage, Sometimes people who are too nice, it's easy for them to be manipulated and taken advantage of. I am so sick of people who are like, oh, you're so nice. Or they say you're too nice. So they even say it as kind of like a negative. Like, I'm like, oh, well, this happened to me. And then it's kind of like, oh, well, it's because you're too nice. So it's kind of like, oh, well, I guess, it's on me then that I got taken advantage of. But whatever. It is one thing that I am working on, being too nice, or aka fawning, which is normally happens when people in their childhood really wanted their parents' approval. They were neglected a lot. Then, they tend to use the fawning response, because they say when you're dealt with conflict, it's either fight or flight, or freeze. I was like, what's the other one? I'll go fight, flight, freeze. But then another one that people have been talking about is fawning. So yeah, there's that. This video is currently at 17 minutes. Sorry that it went so long. I promised myself I would keep it like 2 to 3 minutes, because I think people don't really watch after a minute and a half. So I'm like, okay, 2 to 3 minutes, that's it. But once I start talking, it's like blah, 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 blah. Right, Coco? Okay, well, let's wrap it up, Coco. Bye, guys. Say bye, Coco.